From LEX 18, your official UK sports station for Big Blue Nation, this is BBN Tonight. Presented by Central Bank, the official bank of UK Athletics.
Welcome into BBN Tonight. I'm Keith Farmer.
And I'm Eli Gain. Tonight, Vince Marrow and Josh Ali talk about Saturday's bowl game for Kentucky football.
Plus, we break down UK basketball with Jack Goose Gibbons, and later on, current Cat Riley Welsh interviews former Kentucky big man Nick Richards. Now, the man now in charge of Kentucky's game day offense is talking about his approach to the Gator Bowl. That begins tonight's Big Blue story presented by Baptist Health. Following the dismissals of offensive coordinators Eddie Gran and Darren Henshaw after the regular season, Mark Stoops had to find a play caller for Saturday, and while he and a group of coaches are getting together to come up with an offensive game plan to beat NC State, and during the game, it's going to be the tight ends coach, Vince Marrow, who will call the plays. Of course, everyone expects the big dog will want to throw plenty of passes to that position. He gets the joke, and he says while it's tempting, that won't be the case.
It's like being a governor of a state, and then you become the president. You're all about your state, and then now you got to worry about the whole country, and that's how it is with the offense now. I want to throw to the tight ends, but we also got to look at the bigger picture, what's good for what's going to make the offense go. So I'm excited about that. The tight ends have been playing pretty good the last 4 games. You know, we've been heavily involved in the pass game, but they're always going to be involved in the run game.
They have been heavily involved at the end of this season. It's been fun to watch.
And it's going to be great just to see what Marrow's able to do. What a great opportunity for him. And his analogy for taking over was spot on, being a governor and then just turning into the president. But he mentioned the running game has been well. The tight end position, maybe he gets them a little more involved. Set it up with the run. Maybe take some more shots down the field that Grant and Henshaw didn't.
He's worried about his state. Don't let him fool you.
Worried about his state. That's right. All right. Well, before the noon kickoff of the Gator Bowl, be sure to tune in for our special edition of BBN Game Day. It airs at 9:30 Saturday morning right here on LEX 18, and then right after a regular edition of the show. That's when it takes place. Check your local listings for air times outside of Lexington. We'll break down the matchup with NC State with the help of former Cats Jeff Pecoro and Cash Daniel, and we'll look back at highlights of a very challenging season for Mark Stoops and company.
Kentucky's leading receiver won't say what his plans are for after the season, but senior Josh Ali seems to be excited about the possibility of a 5th year in Lexington when UK welcomes in new offensive coordinator Liam Cohen.
You know, I'm very excited. You know, it's always good to have a new start, a fresh start. He's coming in from the NFL, so that's really exciting. I'm just excited to see what the things he brings to this offense, you know, and I'm just excited to learn some new things.
I'm excited about that as well. And for Ali, he seems like one of those players that I've said before, you wish he had an extra year. Well, he can have an extra year, and I think it would benefit him to come back.
Absolutely. I don't think he's put necessarily enough on tape to really take that next level. Maybe he'll get a shot as a practice squad guy, but who knows? Bring in a new offensive coordinator, see if he can really exploit your talents and make things better for you in the 2022 draft. All right, well, meanwhile, former Cat MJ Devonshire, well, he's found a new college home. He played 8 games here in Kentucky in the 2020 season as a redshirt freshman, but decided to enter the transfer portal earlier this month. The cornerback has chosen to play for the Pitt Panthers. So, Keith, I just don't really know Devonshire got the chance to show what he could bring to a defensive backfield on the football team.
And I think this is what we're going to start seeing, right? Where you get the chance to transfer that one time, and I think we're going to see more of that coming and going, throughout the college game.
For sure.
All right, let's turn to basketball now, and the postseason hopes seem unusually dim for this year's 1-6 team. 2 weeks ago, ESPN's Joe Lunardi listed the Cats as the first team out of his 68-team bracketology. Now Lunardi doesn't even have UK in his 80-team hypothetical, but Vegas odds makers give the team a 33-1 shot of making the tournament. Eli, we're going to talk more men's hoops in the next segment, but give me your take on some of these headlines that you're seeing.
Well, the first one, the 1-6 start being on the outside looking into the NCAA tournament, was something that I was thinking was going to happen after they lost to Notre Dame. We're getting to that point where they might not even make it. The 33-1 odds, what is that?
It's kind of a strange one, isn't it?
There's Louisville, I think, was at 50-1. And then Western Kentucky was like 150-1. So I don't know how they get that all figured out. They must be really confident that Cal can really reel them back in.
That or they know that Keon Brooks is coming back, and that's going to be the big
something that we don't quite know.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. All right, now let's talk about the UK women. Kyra Elsie's Wildcats. They're going to face 9-1 Arkansas tomorrow at Memorial Coliseum, opening up conference play after being out of action for an extended holiday break. Kentucky also only has one loss this season. They're at 7-1, and a good test here, Keith, early on for LZ and her Wildcats in conference play.
I always say this is one of those teams on campus you've got to watch this team play. I wish we could do it in person for everybody out there could go watch them, because this team's a lot of fun to watch. It is not just Ryan Howard. It's a lot of fun to watch this one. All right, staying with the women, the team's second scheduled conference game against Tennessee has been postponed due to coronavirus concerns. So another SEC team has stepped in to fill that void. The Cats will instead play Mississippi State at 1 o'clock. Coming up next on BBN Tonight, we'll dive back into men's basketball.
Jack Goose Givens of the UK Sports Network will join us for a preview of the team's next game. That's when we return.